A 19-year-old woman in France broadcasted her own suicide using Periscope. Now, Periscope is an app that people use to live stream, and unfortunately, she live streamed the last moments of her life. The woman, who has not been publicly identified, reportedly texted one of her close relations disclosing she was about to kill herself. Moments later, she live streamed herself discussing her depression and her pain before throwing herself in front of a train. So before she committed suicide, she was talking to the people that were watching live about what she was about to do. And unfortunately, no one took it seriously. They thought that she was just joking around. In the video I'm doing right now is not made to create the buzz, but rather to make people react, to open the minds, and that's it. And then people watching the video chimed in with remarks including, "We're waiting, always a pleasure to see you. Give us a hint, and I think it's fun." That generally did not appear to take the woman's distress seriously.
So you don't see her get run over by the train, but you hear something, and then a couple minutes later, you hear the somebody from the train come out and say, "Okay, I'm going to move the victim now." Mm-hmm. So it happened, right? Mm-hmm. And so, look, there's so much stuff that's fake online and goofing around and outrageous comments that I'm not surprised that there were people like, oh, that either didn't believe her or didn't care, right? Mm-hmm. Like, ha, I'm going to use this opportunity. Remember that even though you're online, the person on the other end is still a human being, right? You're not talking to a computer. And if there's a chance that she's serious, and it turns out she was, right? Don't troll her. That's not the time to troll somebody. But like, the internet makes people lose their minds.
It really does.
Right.
I remember a few weeks ago, we did this story about a musical artist, I forget her name, but she was accused of cheating on her NBA player boyfriend, and then people got really outraged about it, and then they, started saying terrible things about her online, and then she allegedly attempted suicide because of the hate she was getting online, and then the reaction to her suicide attempt was really disgusting, right? Like, oh, she's just doing it for attention, oh, she's just a hoe, like just the most hideous things you can imagine. Just calm down. Remember that it's a person on the other end of that computer screen.
Yeah. Now, I don't know what she was trying to, in her mind, draw attention to by doing this, but obviously she was depressed, and that's the main reason why people commit suicide, overwhelmingly so, obviously. And so I don't know that it could have been prevented, but we don't know. But you know that if you do, I think I read this amazing stat that if they don't actually succeed the first time they try to commit suicide, 92% of those people go on to live and not ever commit suicide. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, those are pretty startling numbers. And I know there's some self-selection in there, et cetera, but still, if you could help someone stop that one time they're trying, it turns out an overwhelming majority of the time they live, mm-hmm. and they don't do it again, right? So it's obviously a super shame that this happened. Now, the final part of this is Periscope somehow at fault here, responsible? No, look, it's a live stream. What are you going to do? Watch every single live stream, have an editor watch every single one at the same time? It's impossible, right? So just, beware to the consumer. If it's a live stream, anything can happen. So, like, we're used to living in a society where everything is in some way censored, right? Yep. Oh, you can't show that on TV, not in prime time. You can't curse on the radio. But those rules are so antiquated. So welcome to the real world. So in this case, it's not Periscope's fault. If you're going to have any live stream, people can do crazy stuff on a live stream. Mm-hmm. Just be aware of that if you're watching one, and that's it.